Deadpool 2 came out well over a month ago, but I don't care, I really want to share my thoughts on it, so let's get into what I liked, what I disliked, and if it improved on it as a sequel. Spoiler alert, it kinda did. The good thing about a sequel is that you have more freedom to experiment and do other things, unlike with the original, since it has to be an origin story or some shit, especially when it's regarding superheroes, but in this case, a sequel done right is definitely Deadpool 2. Let's start with the story. I'm struggling to think of any superhero movie that's had a genuinely rich and really challenging, entertaining story. And Deadpool 2 continues that trend by having a very lackluster story in that, but at least it has one, even if it is kind of pretty silly. Unlike Deadpool 1, it actually has a story. But it's not that good, to be honest. It's just kind of bloated and felt like it was trying to, reach the minimum runtime to the end, but even then, the scenes connected pretty well. The story is basically Deadpool's girlfriend dies. Oh yeah, spoiler alert, get over it. It's like Deadpool's girlfriend dies, and he basically wants to rescue this kid called Firefust. And, he kills someone as a taste for murder. Some time travel cunt comes back in time named Cable, played by Josh Brolin, who was recently in Infinity War. Yeah, time travel. The one permanent script pitfall that you avoid at all costs, because when it's done poorly, it's so easy to fuck up. In this instance, they didn't do too much with it, so I'm glad. But still, putting time travel in any film, especially an X-Men film, which I've fucked up in the past, by the way, is a terrible decision because it's so easy to fuck up. Also, generic stuff out of the way. Acting, cinematography, script itself, fine, if not a bit basic on the dialogue side of things. Interactions between characters, old and new, are pretty cool. Josh Brolin makes a good Cable. That New Zealand cunt makes a good Fire Fist, whatever. Didn't expect Juggernaut to appear. Didn't really care, by the way. Yeah, I'm the kind of guy who's not impressed by superhero cameos every 5 seconds. New characters like Domino, that Peter guy, who's kind of like the comic relief, even though it's Deadpool, come to think of it. They're all kind of cool. Fun additions that I guess expand the Deadpool lexicon, or in this case, X-Men lexicon or whatever. Yeah, it was generally entertaining throughout. The sequel is done right because the comedy is on point. And I've seen articles and triggered faggots being like, it's so offensive, the jokes are terrible. No, nothing like that. It's generally entertaining throughout. Has a good flow. And doesn't feel as sort of rushed and more like a hybrid film as Deadpool 1. Deadpool 2 actually is a lot more coherent. Even if the story's stupid or whatever, the characters are fun and it's Deadpool. And the jokes are done right. Ryan Reynolds, spectacular as always, so it doesn't matter. But CGI-wise, I don't know. I feel like whoever's in charge of the fucking DC Universe CGI or the X-Men CGI are kind of shit. I said Thanos was cool in Infinity War, but this is Fox. There's a battle later on in the film where Juggernaut or whatever is battling Colossus, and they're just having this fucking CGI battle. It looks like shit, by the way. Stuff like that really unimpresses me in films and takes me out of the immersion. I don't care how realistic it's trying to be. It's just something that I noticed and something that bugs the fuck out of me. Despite a lot of moments that lack tension or consequences or whatever, I feel like even the boring parts and the unfunny parts of this film, which is about an actor I'll get into later, never really took me out of it. I don't know why, but I was just genuinely kind of thrilled with this film. I was never bored or anything like that, actually, which is rare for a superhero movie, especially when you have action as dull as this, which I will say, not very impressed, but at least they threw some good gags in there. For example, there's this one gag where Deadpool's using his swords to block bullets from Cable, and it's like, haha, I'm so good, then all of a sudden, oh fuck, I didn't dodge any of them, I'm shit. The only problem with Deadpool is that it's kind of like, hey, remember all those superhero fucking generic gags and stuff that's like, hey, it's a superhero landing, or hey, look, we're making fun of it, but we're doing it too. That gets to me, like, you can't just get away with that, that's annoying, that's obnoxious. Generally, I don't care, though, in this film, because it's done pretty well. Never bored with it, actually, which I honestly expected to hate this film a lot more. I had no expectations going in. Deadpool 1 is a solid, enjoyable romp, but this movie, even better. It's a comedy that improves on the original, which fucking rarely happens. Like, seriously, can you name one? Beetlejuice 2? Definitely fucking not. Dumb and Dumber 2? No, fuck, no way. But, no, this definitely is a superhero movie and a comedy, I guess, at the same time. Done right, and I fucking love what I got here. Deadpool 1 was directed by Tim Miller, but Deadpool 2 is actually directed by this new guy, David Leitch, who I'm not too familiar with. Though I have a message for this cunt. Stop hiring TJ Miller. I hate this moron, I hate his acting, I hate his shit jokes in this movie, which I really want to hammer home, are really shit. TJ Miller is one of the most unfunny actors in Hollywood. His acting in this movie is fucking beyond awful, awkward, stupid, incomprehensible shit. I've always hated him in Silicon Valley. Any other movie he's fucking in. Just stop hiring TJ Miller. He's shit. He was my least favorite part of the last movie, and Sadly, I think he actually got slightly more screen time in this movie, which really fucking bugs me, because I just hate TJ Miller, so, fuck you, David Leitch, for putting him in here again, and giving him more screen time. Just gonna boost his massive ego and want Hollywood to hire him more, even though he's one of the biggest pieces of shits out there right now. Fuck. Frustrated. Fuck TJ Miller. Ranting aside, what do I think of Deadpool 2? Well, I think it's a good comedy, constantly engaging, and improves on the sequel in every way. I don't like TJ Miller, and I didn't like the direction it was taking at certain points, but I think it served its purpose as a good sequel. So, my final rating for Deadpool 2? 7.7 out of 10, which is a good rating, by the way. I think that this film doesn't need to exist, but I'm glad it did, because it was fun and it got me out of a bad mood or whatever, but that I'm looking at it as the quality of a film. And the film quality is that it's a good, constantly entertaining sequel done right. And I can't think of anybody better to play Deadpool than Ryan Reynolds. I don't know, guys. It's hard to hate this one. I really enjoyed myself. Thanks for watching.